Good morning. This is downtown Hong Kong. I finally made it. I know in my last video I promised you guys that I would do a better job at just documenting these trips and just what it involves. So I again flew 16 hours over here, not including the time we were stuck on the runway because of the high winds. But yeah, very interesting time getting through Hong Kong airport. Is actually probably one of the easiest um, international flights and customs checks and all that coming in here. It's just a fantastic city. Lots of interesting street food. Everybody knows that I'm a foodie and just really enjoy getting out and exploring the world and just all the things, coffee, chocolate, tea, and wine, and they definitely don't disappoint you down in Hong Kong. I'm kind of in like the kind of a garden area. If you look behind me too, and then across the street is where our hotel was. I'm on my way to the bus stop right now and was trying to do just a kind of a walking vlog. A lot of our customers had asked us to start just explaining a little bit more about what we do, just so you can see it just on YouTube when you're in your pajamas instead of having to sit in the shop for 2 hours and talk to me about everything that we do. But this morning I really just wanted to clarify just what it is that we do, what our logo means, and just a couple of just basics about our coffee shop, and as well as just all the different endeavors that we're working on. So first off, yeah, I'm James Combs. I'm the owner of Combs's Coffee. We started traveling to go on trips like this looking for coffee, chocolate, and tea back in 2013. I started in Ethiopia, which is where all coffee in the world is said to have originated. And since then, we're looking at almost 20 countries, I think, that we've been to. And yeah, currently we're in Asia on another trip, but that's essentially what Combs's Coffee is coffee that I go out and find. I'm a licensed Arabica Q grader. That's what gives me the opportunity to judge different coffee events and get to travel kind of on the cheap to go and do this stuff. They pay a lot of my expenses to go out and taste a bunch of coffees and write out technical reports on each one. So that's what we're out here to do. I'm on my way to Chiang Mai, Thailand. We're going to go down and see a friend who's also a licensed coffee taster and a coffee judge, and get his take on all things Thai coffee and tea. And from there we're going to fly out to Pu'er, China, and then spend time at the expo, and I'll try to showcase some of that there too. But as far as the logo is concerned, it's the history of coffee is that Ethiopian goat herders' goats discovered coffee. They were eating the coffee cherries and had disappeared into the forest and wouldn't come when he called them. So when he finally stumbled across them, they were dancing on their hind legs, were all jazzed up on caffeine, and tried to get them to sleep it off, fed them water, tried to coax it out of them, and yeah, they apparently were restless through the night, but woke up the next morning, went right back to the same plants and started eating the cherries all over again. So he tasted them, found out that they're actually kind of sweet and give you a nice caffeine buzz and have really high antioxidants. So he was all boosted up by it, and that's kind of the legend of coffee. And the goats are just curious creatures. They're kind of my spirit animal anyway, so it's just something that we like to kind of harken back to the history of it, but it's also just a curious creature. Goats are just the funniest things. We have, calendars of goats and trees that my wife bought me, and they're just really fun. The goat yell, everybody knows that's kind of my go-to scream when I'm in a crowded place or whatever. So it's just kind of a goofy creature, and it's also an acronym for greatest of all time, and that's what we're out here doing, is just trying to find some of the best coffees on the planet. There are usually maybe 2 or 3 coffees that I'll really like from these countries. So we truly try to find the best coffees money can buy, and some of them are insanely expensive, some of them are kind of reasonable. We've got coffees that have set absolute auction records, and they're some of the most expensive on the planet. So again, I will be sharing a little bit more as time goes on, just on this trip, to just trying to give you a better insight on what it looks like at the farm stage, is what we're going to start with next, looking at tea, looking at coffee, looking at processing methods and what they do, looking at varieties. That's always something I harp on, is try to find single variety coffees, not just single origin, but single varieties from specific farms will really give you really good flavors. I always go back to apples, different apple varieties, you know, regardless of you know what the color is. There's a variety that is associated to that. Pink Ladies, Gujis, Granny Smiths, Red Delicious, Empires, Opals. There's all sorts of different varieties of apple, and those are going to give you really specific tastes. And then once you like that variety, you can look at different farms, different regions where those apples are grown, and find some of those nuances between them. So wine's the same way. Cab Sauv, Merlots, Pinots. Once you find the variety that you like, then you can say, okay, well, I like this specific region, or maybe this specific chateau, and then you can start getting into the nitty-gritty of which ones within those regions, or which producers in Old World or New World, Napa Valley versus France. You can, you know, really pick those apart and find out which ones you like. And that's just what we're here on this planet to do, is just taste and enjoy things, enjoy nice, rich tropical climates, and the food within them. It's a human thing. I spent 10 years in finance, sitting behind a desk through most of them, and it's just not what we're designed to do. Coffee, tea, and chocolate just go back for millennia, and that's why I love China so much, and why this has been on my bucket list to really visit this place more. It's my third time to China, and I just can't get enough of it. The history of tea is it originated in Yunnan, China, which is where we're heading, in Pu'er, China, for this competition. So it's just really fun to get to go to where all of these wonderful things that we love started out at. So again, just wanted to kind of walk around the city with you a little bit, and just introduce myself officially, start this YouTube channel so that way you can get a little taste of traveling abroad and live vicariously through me. It's a wonderful experience that we get to have, just going out to these countries, experiencing all these things. It's wonderful if you can do it. I highly encourage it, but again, not very many people can. And since you guys are supporting us, we're a bootstrapped company, so this has been all out of, you know, my own pocket, as well as all of you generous people just buying from us and supporting these types of efforts. And I really appreciate you, you know, fueling my dreams and making this a reality for me too, because we really couldn't do it without you. I always joke I could always drink all the coffees that I bring back, but you guys are the ones that are really helping you know, these farmers, and pushing, you know, the quality of and specialty quality up higher. And again, we're going to get into what specialty coffee means and some of those differences between them. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I really appreciate all of you and all of your support, and I will talk to you soon.